Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? It is day 27 of RPG A Day 2019, and our word for today is suspense. There's a lot of different ways you could go with this prompt, but the two that sprung to mind to me that I really like, in terms of a source of suspense in role-playing games. First it's the suspense of like what's going to happen, what are people going to do. It could be just something as simple as what does the game master have planned for us tonight? What kind of trick are they going to pull on us this time? What are we going to be doing tonight? Or it could be, what are the players going to do? What's going to happen when everybody gets together? I don't know what's going to happen. That's, for me, it's a big thrill. I've said it a bunch of times. If you go back and look at a bunch of just these videos, big thrill of the role playing game experience to me is what's actually going to happen. What are they going to do? What do you do now? All that sort of stuff. And it could come from anywhere at the table. And it's also that alchemy of all these different people coming together and all their actions producing something. And that feeling of suspense. I wonder what is going to happen tonight, which really keeps me coming back over and over again, that sense of suspense. And it can, persist throughout a game session. A good game session to me is full of a lot of suspense, a lot of tension and release, all that kind of good stuff. You know, great stuff. The other source of suspense I immediately thought of were these bad boys. You got something going on, and now you have to roll for it. There's some kind of resolution mechanic somewhere, and it's tense. Really, really want to get this done. That's part of what was so fun the other day about playing Leagues of Cthulhu. I love playing the Ubiquity game system because it can build those kind of moments of suspense where you start to wonder, am I going to put style into this or not? The difficulty of the task is what? I wonder if you can actually pull this off. This is pretty hard. And, rolling these dice, and let's see if I can get 4 successes on 6 dice. And no, as a matter of fact, no, I rolled the average. But that moment where everybody crowds around those dice, everybody starts to look like, you think this, you're really gonna do this? I wonder if this will work. That's great stuff. That moment of suspense where you all just crowd around, whatever resolution happens to be, and see what happens. Playing Fantasy Flight games, Star Wars, the same thing, because those dice can pull, bring up all kinds of symbols and despairs and threats, and you're just not sure what's going to happen. And every time we've been using that Owen Mead dice roller in our online game, every time somebody's going to push that button, we're all looking at our screens, and there's that moment of lag, and then the cheers, the groans, the sighs. Suspense is great when it's in games, and part of what I really like, or to get on a soapbox for a second, is roll dice when it's really important. When it really means something. When the stakes have some real stakes. I like that. Quite a bit. It can be scary, but those stakes, good stuff. So yeah, suspense and role playing games. Those are two things I thought of. What about you? Tell me what you like in terms of suspense, or what keeps you in suspense.